What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another Rock on Game episode. In today's video, we got some physical media, ending out the year on a strong term. Well, semi-strong. I'm still waiting on my box set from Umbrella for Terrifier, but for right now, we're just gonna end off the year with a little Steelbook video. So, let's go ahead and get started, just knock it out of the way, and try to get this video up and going. First off, I didn't rearrange these in any type of way. I kind of just threw them together. One's not better than the other type deal. Kind of just, like I said, kind of just threw them together. Got to my shelves, pulled each one off, and was like, I liked this one this year. I liked this one this year. Went through, picked out. Was going to do 10 originally. And then I bumped it to 20, and then I couldn't find 20, so I ended up bumping it back down to 11. I was going to do 10, but then I ended up finding 2 of them, and I didn't want to get rid of one of them, so I was like, whatever, we'll just do 11. Make it different. But we do have 11 steelbooks here that we are going to, that we're going to list off for the year of 2024. Now, from what I remember, most of these steelbooks did come out this year. I don't think any of them came out last year. I think they all came out this year. Because I wasn't, as bad as it sounds, I wasn't collecting physical media as much as I am now than I was last year. Well, vice versa. I collected physical media more this year than I did last year. Because I started getting into it more. I started finding Umbrella, Shout Factory, Arrow. I started finding these boutique labels out in the wild at like Barnes & Noble and places. So I ended up doing some further research, watching some YouTube videos, and ended up finding a lot of these releases very interesting. So I ended up obviously collecting physical media, and it's grown since January of the beginning of the year to now. So once again, this is basically just a random list of steelbooks that I thought were my favorite for this year. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if any of these did not come out this year, but I am pretty sure all of these did come out this year. Obviously not movie-wise. Like, movie-wise, there's some that came out like in the 80s, and throughout the years, but this is just steelbooks that came out this year. So first off, we're gonna name off the, I was gonna say elephant in the room, but it's not really an elephant in the room. Twisters. Let me make sure this is close. Okay, Twisters. Now, I did love this movie. It was very emotional, emotional roller coaster and everything, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very, very much. But the steelbook is pretty dope. The steelbook caught my attention whenever I first saw it posted online, and I had to get it. So I missed the pre-orders, and I didn't see this in theaters, unfortunately. I would have loved to saw the 4D version of this. But I did not see this in theaters. I missed the pre-order window for this, and so I ended up having to get this in person, in store. And I was watching a lot of the YouTube channels that I watch for my physical media, Middle Level Media, CHH, Frank's Media, all those people over there, AV Pop Culture, and a lot of them were saying that they could not find this in store. A lot of them were having some difficulties finding it in store, and so I ended up going to multiple Walmarts, ended up trying to like hunt it down, and I ended up finding it, and there was only like one left, so I got really lucky with this one. So obviously went ahead and picked it up. There is a few scratches and stuff, but honestly that's not because of Walmart, that's because of me. I'm still in the process of getting protectors for my for a majority of my steelbooks. Now, some of them are already protected, but then some of them aren't. So that's kind of a bummer for steelbooks. Is they're really gorgeous, they're really pretty, but the scratches, the scratches, the dings, the dents. All it takes is one little one little brush against it, and that's all it'll take. But we got twisters. That's the front. That's the back. Really enjoyed this movie. So let me know if that's your favorite down in the comments. And that is going to be the comment for this video. Let me know which one is your favorite. And also let me know your favorites for this year. Your favorite Steelbooks for this year. Also, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's show the inside of these. I mean, why not, I was going to do a quick just, showcasing them and then moving on, but no, let's showcase these like fully. That's what the inside looks like. Now, I did base a lot of these, actually majority of these, I based off of the outside. So that's why I'm kind of like, why am I showing the insides? Because I picked these based off the outside of them. And then there was a couple of Steelbooks. I could have done more. I could have done at least 20. And I tried to narrow it down, but also I was like, do I want to base it off the inside, the outside, or both? And so if it was based off just packaging in general, I would have had more movies in this list. But if it was based off like the movie itself, like the movie, then a lot of these Steelbooks would not, they would not be on this list. For a lot of people. For example, Borderlands, it's not in this list, but Borderlands could have got a honorable mention because the Steelbook for Borderlands is fucking dope. But the movie itself was alright. And then same thing with The Crow, the 2024 Crow, the remake. Steelbook, phenomenal, gorgeous. Honestly, I should have put it on this list. But yeah, no, movie was not great at all. So, alright, next up, this is one that me and my wife did see in theaters. We absolutely loved this movie. It's in a protector, and it's one of those that, honestly, I should go back and rewatch before the end of the year is up. But, I'm kind of just trying to narrow my options down because I've only got one more day, and I've got a bunch that I need and want to watch before the year is up, so, this probably won't make it on that list. But, we got The Fall Guy. Now, I had a little stupid moment for this movie. Like I said, me and my wife went to the theaters, we saw this movie, and we loved it. We loved it. It was definitely different because we usually go and see horror movies a lot. So this was definitely a different take and a different experience, if you will. And so we ended up loving it. And then whenever the Steelbook was announced, I was like, I'm getting it because I love the movie. And this is actually one that I pre-ordered in advance. As soon as the pre-order went up on this, or up on Walmart, I went ahead and pre-ordered it. So this was definitely one of those that I was like really anticipating for the year. I was up Google's butt trying to figure out like when this was gonna come out, and I just kept on and on and on, and then finally, like I said, Walmart released it. Released the pre-order window. I pre-ordered it and got it. Came in pristine condition. Nothing was wrong with it. So, happy to have it. But what I was saying earlier is the reason I feel stupid is because as a kid, I did watch the original TV show, The Fall Guy. But where it's been so long, I went into the theater, watched it, and I was like, who are these people? Like at the end of the movie, I was like, who are these people? And then, why are they playing this weird song that doesn't match the movie? Like, what's going on? And so my mom and dad was like, how's the movie? Because we got home from it. My mom and dad was like, how's the movie? And I was like, it's actually really good. And he was like, or my dad was like, yeah, you do know that that's like a remake, like a movie for a TV show back in the day. And I was like, okay. And so I was doing the research for it, and as soon as it popped up and I saw the pictures, I was like, oh my god, I used to watch that all the time as a kid. So with that knowledge, I love this movie even more. I love the callbacks to the show and everything. With the in credit scene and the end scene, but um yeah, Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, two phenomenal actors. Great Steelbook. All right. Next up, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I know you probably already see majority of the Steelbooks. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this because this movie did not do too good. It did not do as good as people wanted it to. But I did not see it in theaters. Me and my wife skipped this one because we hated the original two. Um, and so we skipped this one in theaters because we didn't think we would like it. And then whenever this came out and we bought it, we actually ended up enjoying this movie. So I'm kind of mad that we skipped this one in theaters. But you live and you learn. Which is actually something we did a lot this year. There was a lot of movies we were going to go see and we didn't. And then we ended up buying them physically, watching them, and ended up loving them. So I told my wife, I was like, next year, if there's a movie I'm anticipating, I'm watching it in theaters, and it is what it is. But this is one that we missed. And I wasn't really keeping up with it. I walked into Walmart one day, and they were on the shelves. With no announcement, no nothing. They were sitting on the shelves, and I was like, is that a slipcover? And I couldn't tell, so I did some research, and it said Steelbooks. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And there was like 2 or 3. Like I said, this movie didn't do too well, so it obviously was up on the shelves for a pretty good while. And there were like 2 or 3 copies, and I was like holding it off and holding it off. Finally found out it was the Steelbooks, so I went and bought it. And whenever I bought it and I opened it up, I was like, holy cow, this thing is wicked cool. But we got Strangers Chapter 1. And like I said, you would think from first glance, it's a slipcover, right? Slipcover. You can even see like where you take it off and everything. It's a slipcover. There's the back slipcover. No, this is a steelbook, and to make it even better, you fold this open, and a little peephole on that side, and there's the steelbook, the front of the steelbook. So that's pretty cool. Did not mean to flip you guys off. But really cool. So let's open this up. And I know I said I was gonna open these and like show the insides. The reason I didn't do Fall Guys is because it's in a protector, and that was one of my most anticipated for this year. So I want to keep it in the protector for right now. But yeah, really good artwork. And I know a lot of people hated this movie, but even if you hated the movie, come on. That steelbook, look at that artwork, though. Dang. And I know I'm biased. I know that a lot of people's like, oh, you hated the original too, but you love this one. Like, you're biased. I liked it. Like, honestly, they made a lot of really good decisions in this movie. Or, my opinion, I think they did. The only decision that I think that they didn't do a good job of, and spoiler alert, is whenever they call the dude to fix the refrigerator, and all this stuff's going down, and instead of asking, or instead of waiting and being like, who are you, the dude gets the shotgun and shoots the dude that was supposed to fix the refrigerator. So that was, from what I remember, that was the only dumb decision in this movie. Everything else, like the running in the woods, a lot of people hated that, that idea, but I was like, yeah, but it's the woods, so just run straight and you'll be fine. That was a good move. And then there was a couple of other there was a couple of other really smart decisions in this, but I was surprised. What? Huh. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see. Oh, come on. Get up. First pressing. I'm gonna do some research on that. That's weird. Hold on. Yeah, it's not on. That's wow. Okay. Now I kind of curious about that. Show it off again. I know you guys don't really care, but come on. Huh. Weird. Anywho. Sidetracked. But anywho, yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it. And then whenever I picked up the Steelbook in person, I was just as you know, happy with the Steelbook as I was with the movie. So, and then on the front of it, there's just a lot of hellos, and I think on the other one there's like a big smiley face. A pretty good movie and pretty good Steelbook. I usually keep receipts every time I buy a movie, just because I like to keep up the prices and everything. And I didn't do that with a lot of Steelbooks this year, but I was going to tell you guys how much I paid for each of these, but they're roughly like 30 to 40. I think there's a couple that's 20. So, one last look. The Strangers one. Love that one. Okay. Next one up is one that I was not anticipating, was not looking forward to, and as soon as I found out how the slipcover works on this, I had to get it, and that's The Ring. And it looks like a VHS, and I love the design on this. Even though this isn't the only Steelbook this year that got a VHS slipcover, so maybe we'll get more VHS slipcovers for Steelbooks next year. Because I think was it 430 or 413? The creator that did Clerks, they had a VHS slipcover. So, but this one fits this movie, and I love that idea of having like a VHS slip. And then whenever you take the slip off, get the 7 days with Samara coming out of the well. Now this one is pretty blank. It's pretty bare bones. But once again, I got it solely for the fact that the slipcover was like a VHS type deal. And I just found that really cool. So, there's The Ring. Next up is another one that I have in a protector that I will not be getting out for obvious reasons. And that is The Return of the Living Dead. Now, I was not going to pre-order this originally. Originally, I was going to wait until it hit the shelves, and then I was going to get it in store. Fun fact, when this did drop, I did not see it in stores. I did not see it on the shelves, and I check Walmart regularly for physical media. Because you never know. And, I never saw this on the shelf. I never saw this in person. So, I pre-ordered it, I got it, and I was a little disappointed, and I will explain why. But I was a little disappointed, but all in all, Steelbook came out great. And I have not watched this one yet. Like, I've seen the movie, obviously, but I have not seen the 4K version of it. I've not popped this into my 4K player and watched it yet. Even though I need to. For obvious reasons, if you know physical media. And if you've seen this, you know obvious reasons. Or you're a Return of the Living Dead fan. But I love this Steelbook. It's great. The colors pop on it. Love Tarman on the front. My only complaint is I wish this was a slip. I don't really have any good examples, but if you remember the American Psycho one that came out, where the slipcover comes off and he's like pulling off the face mask, I wish they would have done the same with this. In a case of, I wish this was a slip, and then you would have like took it off, and then Tarman would have like been inside, and then there would have been like maybe other zombies, or maybe, more green goo or something. But no, that's pretty much the Steelbook. Pretty bare bones. I mean, it's still a good Steelbook, don't get me wrong, but I wish that they would have treated it as a slipcover. And then on the back of it, if you would have took the slipcover off, there maybe like trash or had like the original poster art or something. But all in all, still a good Steelbook and a really good movie. If you've not seen this one, it's a good zombie flick. So give it a try. Next up is another obvious one for me. And it is in a protector. I will not be taking this one out either. But this is the only time I think that I have ever double dipped in a sense of, well, other than the Terrifier 3, which, we'll get to that whenever we unbox the Terrifier 3 box set, because I didn't include, which spoiler, I didn't include the Terrifier 3 Steelbook in this set because it wasn't one of my favorites. I just bought it so that I could watch it for the holidays. And I ended up, once again, buying it just because my box set wouldn't have come in for the holidays. So I went ahead and bought the Steelbook, but the Steelbook's kind of bare bones. It's nothing great. But anywho, I have this in a protector, and this is the only time other than the Terrifier that I've double dipped, because I ordered the big like special edition that comes with the 2 slip covers, the 2 posters. What else came with it? I think it was just the 2 posters, the 2 slip covers, the Prism sticker. I think that was it. And I did that, and then I ordered this. So I pretty much double dipped, and I don't care because Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my favorite movies in the horror genre. Keyword one of my favorites. I think it's probably second favorite, if I had to say. But big fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and whenever I saw this Steelbook, I was like, holy crap. I love this Steelbook. The colors pop on this thing. They're phenomenal, honestly. I know I didn't do this Return of the Living Dead, which, shame on me. And I hope I don't mess this protector up. Well. Alright. You guys better feel very special, because I just did something that I swore I wasn't going to do. And I know a lot of people's going to be like, oh, don't be over-exaggerant. No, I was not going to do this. Because that's another reason I double dipped, is so that I would never have to open this. Or take it out of the protector. So, that way you could see it a little bit better. The colors pop on this thing. And not just that, but it's such a gorgeous Steelbook. I remember a lot of people put this on their top 5 Steelbooks of the month this came out. And rightfully so. I mean, like I said, this Steelbook is phenomenal. And then you got the inside of it, which got some clowns on this side. And then you got the discs on this side. But they did a phenomenal job with this release. Like I said, one of my favorites, of all this year. This is probably one of my top 5 if I had to narrow it down. Probably my top 5. So go ahead and pop that back in that protector and never do that again. Because once again, I do own the 4K by itself with the alternate slipcover. So I swore I wasn't gonna open this. So yeah. Go Clowns from Outer Space. Next up is one that a lot of people I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate on for. I don't care. And reason B is because I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty good for what it was. And we're getting a second one 2025, so really excited. But the reason I chose this Steelbook, now I would not say this is like my top 10 movies of 2023, 2024, but this is top 11 of the Steelbooks. And that's Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, once again, I was not planning on pre-ordering this one. I was going to get it in store. And then I saw a lot of people snagging it on Facebook and showing it in my physical media groups. They were like, oh, I just, pre-order Five Nights at Freddy's. And the number just kept going down. And I really wanted the Steelbook, but I wanted to wait until I got it in person. So I waited, which shame on me. I did not find, or I was not able to pre-order it. And there for the longest time, I was like, oh, I screwed up. Because they weren't putting it on the shelves. I kept calling, kept going in, kept checking. They weren't putting it on the shelves. I didn't pre-order it, and the pre-orders were sold out. And whenever it finally released, they didn't do a restock. So I was like, oh, I really messed up with this one. Because once again, I really wanted the Steelbook, but I wanted to wait. And so finally, I walked into Walmart one day, and there it was, just sitting on the shelf. There was only one left, so obviously I snagged this up in a heartbeat. And once again, it's not because the movie was like phenomenal. I didn't get the Steelbook because the movie's phenomenal. I technically got the Steelbook because I love the design that they went with this. They went with like that. I don't want to get the decade wrong, but it looks like an 80s like diner type deal. Like I love the checkered strip across. I love like how they use the sign. I don't know, it just, the colors just scream Five Nights at Freddy's. Like you got the metallic browns and reds. You've got like the very shiny blood stains. I mean, it's just this is a good like Steelbook. And I will stand by that. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. And also, I got lucky. I went to open this. And I'm not going to show the codes, obviously. Give me 2 codes. I've never had that happen. With all the Steelbooks I bought this year, I've never opened them up and had 2 digital codes in a Steelbook. So, each their own, I guess. And I don't use digital codes, so I might honestly sell one of them and then give one of them away. Or I might honestly just give both of them away. Oh god. We're in the final stretch, and you can tell. Oh, this one. This one. So, my all-time favorite, and I know a lot of you are gonna be like, quit saying that, we get it. Every movie's your favorite, but no, this movie. This is my all-time favorite movie. This is, hands down, number 1 of all time. Nothing will beat this movie. Like, I stand by that statement. Nothing will beat this movie. Phenomenal soundtrack, phenomenal cast, phenomenal scenery, phenomenal photography, or camera work, cinematography. This movie, no offense, and I feel like a lot of people's going to disagree and be like, quit being over-exaggerant. This movie deserves to be like taught in like film class and taught like, once again, I know I'm being over-exaggerant, but this movie is like, to me, it is peak cinema. Because with a lot of movies, you get a good movie, but not a good soundtrack. You don't get a good cast, or there's just something missing. This movie has it all. Literally. Good plot, good cast, like I said, good cinematography, good scenery, damn good soundtrack. And I didn't pre-order it. Because you would think, me being a big Crow fan and me being, as big of a fan as I am of The Crow, spoiler, that I would have pre-ordered this, and I didn't. I didn't. I didn't order this one. I didn't order the Amazon one. And I beat myself up for it too. Because the pre-orders sold like that. And I was beating myself up for it for the longest time, and then finally, in some of my physical media groups on Facebook, they were posting, hey, just walked into Walmart and saw The Crow sitting on the shelf. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And so I was checking the app, seeing if they did if they opened the pre-orders again, and they didn't. I was seeing if there was any in any location near me. I have like 5 to 6 Walmarts near me. Living in the South. And there was none. There was none on the app. So I was calling these places, calling Walmart. I was like, please tell me you got it. Please tell me you got it. And they were saying no, one after the other. They were like, no, we don't have it. No, we don't have it. No, we don't have it. Finally, I called my nearest, the Walmart nearest to me, and this was a night that I worked. So I worked 12-hour shift, and I slept until 12. I woke up and I was like, I need to find this movie. So I spent the rest of my sleep hunting this movie down. And I finally called the Walmart closest to me, and I was like, please tell me you got this. I was like, it's the Crow Steelbook. It just came out. I was like, please tell me you got it. He was like, let me go check the shelf. Because usually they're like, let me check online or let me check the app. And I was like, please don't do that. I was like, I've already done that. Don't do that. But luckily, he went straight to, let me check the shelf. He walked over. He comes back. My heart's pounding. My heart's racing. And he finally goes, we have one left. Fuck. I was like, okay. I was like, I know you guys usually don't do this, because I always ask whenever I call and there's a movie coming out. I'm like, can you put it on hold? And they're usually like, we can't, but we have multiple copies, or we can't. It's just first come, first serve. That time I was like, can you please put it on hold? I was like, I've been looking all over for it, can't find it. I was like, please put it on hold. Luckily, the dude that I was talking to was like, we can absolutely do that. He was like, there's only one left, so I'll pull it back. Just tell us your name whenever you get here. I told him my name. I got there, and he pulled it back, and so I was able to get the Walmart exclusive of The Crow. And also, fun fact, I got there, and I was going to check the shelves to see if there was any other Steelbooks that came out, because this came out around the same time Killer Clowns did, and I think a couple of other, well-known ones. And so I was going to check the shelf for, Killer Clowns and everything else, and, this was the only one, and I overheard this couple, and I feel bad, but at the same time I don't. This couple walked over there, and they were like, there's the sticker for The Crow. They were like, where's it at? Where's it at? Why don't they have any? They said they had it on the app, and I was like, no, they didn't, because I checked. So they were looking for this one, and I was like, I called, I got it put back, and I got it. So, and this is a really, really pretty steelbook. It is a slipcover, and this is for the original, not the remake. But if I can find the Amazon one, I'm gonna buy it, just because I actually wanted both, but I waited, and now these go for 50 to 60, if not more. So, phenomenal steelbook. Like I said, I really wanted the Amazon one, but honestly, I'm fine with this. I did already watch this, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I did already watch this, and I didn't see a difference. I messed around with my 4K player and everything. I didn't see a difference in the resolution or anything, so, but I don't watch this movie for resolution. I do not watch this movie because the picture quality. I don't watch this movie because it's famous or it's popular. I watch this movie because it holds a very close, spot in my heart. And like I said, this movie means a lot more than just favorite movie of the year. This movie means a lot to me. So, like I said, if I can find the Amazon one, I'm getting it too. But for right now, I can deal with just this one, honestly. I even have a Crow shrine. I'll have to take a picture and put it in my Facebook and Instagram. But I actually have a Crow shrine of just figures and Funko Pops and all sorts of collectible items for the Crow. So I might be going back to the flea market this coming up weekend because they did have 2 statues based off the comics. And I really wanted to get them, but I didn't have the money. But I might go back and get them. Alright, next up, we've got another one that was a really hard one to find. Pre-order sold out. Could not find it in store. And whenever it did hit the shelves, it sold out like that. It was like hotcakes. And the way that I got this one is I was about to head 2 hours from my house to get this. And as I was heading out, my wife was refreshing Walmart's page, and finally it popped up, 1 left in stock, and I was like, order it. I was like, order it. So she finally like clicked it. She put in my card information, went ahead and put in the order, and it went through, and it got here in like a day. It actually arrived the very next day. So I ended up getting the Beetlejuice Steelbook. Now, this, when it first released, was going, and I know this sounds like an over-exaggeration, but I checked eBay. This was going for at least $100 to $200 on eBay. Now, I did not buy this because of the price. I don't care about the price. I bought this because I like Beetlejuice, and I wanted a Steelbook for a Beetlejuice. Sorry. So that's why I bought it. But I wanted to check eBay because this was selling out really quick. So I checked eBay, and it was like I said, it was like $100 to $200 for this Steelbook. So luckily, like I said, I was able to order it online from Walmart, and it came in decent condition. So I was like, hell yeah. But I was gonna try to get it out for you guys, but I can't get these stupid tabs to work with me. So, but here's Beetlejuice. And I really like the artwork on this too. Like I said, I can't remember what's on the back because I have the J card, but I might end up going through and taking the J cards out and replacing them. The back of the movies. So. Alright. Next up, we've actually got 2 box sets, but these are box sets that came with Steelbooks, so win-win situation. The first one is one that was a limited edition, for a limited release, and it went pretty quick. It sold out pretty quick. But the good thing is, I got into Orbit, just in the nick of time. Because I did not get this through Warner Bros. I didn't get this through Amazon, Walmart. I didn't get this through any of those labels. I actually got this through Orbit. This was my very first Orbit purchase. And by the way, if you are looking for a particular movie or box set and you want it to come in pristine condition and you want it to come in like bubble wrapped all to hell, if you want your package to arrive unscathed and unbroken, Orbit is the way to go. Not sponsored, nothing like that. I've ordered multiple things from Orbit, and every single time they have came in like really well packaged. So this was a limited release, was not able to find it, ordered it finally through Orbit, and I'm glad I did. And that is the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Now, fun fact, it has been confirmed and announced that we are getting the whole collection on 4K box set. So hopefully we will see that next year. And when it does drop, that is something I'm going to pre-order. What I like to do is I like to be like, oh, I really want that, but I won't pre-order it. And then whenever it finally releases and it's gone, I'm like, damn, I should have got it. So next year, I am going to crack down on that and just like go into the theater. If I see something that I'm wanting, I'm going to go ahead and pre-order it when they have it. But I'm glad I was able to get this. The Steelbook is phenomenal. Original movie poster. Got that on the side. And then you got Freddy coming out of the ball. Now, I wish they would have done more with the back of this, but honestly, it's whatever. I'm not like everybody else. I'm not gonna shit all over this simply for the fact that at least we got a 4K of Nightmare on Elm Street. A lot of people were hating on the packaging. They were hating on the steelbook. They were hating on the which I understand, like the slip covered 4K. But what is there to complain about this? Like, realistically, what is there to complain about this? Like I said, we got 4K Nightmare on Elm Street finally, and honestly, I think this fits that vibe. I think it fits that style of that time period. And I love it. I think it's great. And I'm glad they gave us the option to take these off. I usually do, but I'm going to keep these on since they are stickers instead of like a slip cover or something. But I love this style of this. I like how they got the horror sticker over here, and you got the Warner Home Video up here, and you got the claw marks in there. I like it. I like it. Now, I do think that they should have done a little bit more on the back, but honestly, I can kind of pass up, pass that by. But, and I know we're not here to do a box set review. We're here to do a steelbook review. But like I said, box set's still great. There's nothing wrong with this box set. And then last but not least is another one of my Orbit orders that came in with the black phone. Unfortunately, this is the last one. Unfortunately, I did not put the black phone in this list. I just didn't like the steelbook as much as I do this one. And that is The Last Night in Soho. Once again, this is a box set, but it did come with a steelbook. And the steelbook, gorgeous. Granted, the steelbook is pretty much the box set. Like, it's pretty much the front and the back of the box set. Well, not really. The front's different. But these colors just pop on this steelbook. I mean, they just pop right off the case. But just, oh wait, no, it is different. Never mind. But no, I loved this movie, and as you will hear in my unboxing video, whenever I do post that one, this one does hold a close spot in my heart, because this is one of the first few horror movies that I got my fiance to watch with me. Or my wife to watch with me. And we both loved it. This is my first Anya Taylor-Joy movie, and she does a phenomenal job. And like I said, the premise of this movie is like fever dreamish. It's pretty chaotic, but it's still a really good movie. And I recommend checking it out if you get the chance. Like I said, I chose this one over the black phone just because I felt like this one deserved the top 11, and it did. I mean, it does deserve a top 11. So let's do an honorable mentions. Yeah, I'll do some honorable mentions. Let me go grab some more, and we'll do those. So very quickly, we got some honorable mentions. I only picked out 3 of them. I went through my shelf and I was like, which ones? And I did these. I didn't grab the Thanksgiving one. That's also an honorable mention. It was a kind of like a limited release as well. It was really hard to find in person. I know a lot of people were trying to find it and couldn't find it. But Thanksgiving is an honorable mention as well. But first off, we got Beetlejuice. I have not given this a rewatch, but I did watch it in theaters. The only reason this one gets a honorable mention is because the slip cover is glow in the dark, and I think it's a cool little feature to have a glow in the dark still slip case. But Beetlejuice. Then we've got Krampus, the Naughty Cut. There is a long story to this one, kind of a funny story for this one, but I'm not going to get into it. But Krampus, the Naughty Cut. Love the back of that. And then this is Scream Factory, Shout Factory, so it's pretty cool. And then I had to do it. I was talking about it earlier, and I have to do it. But last honorable mentions The Crow. Really shitty movie, really horrible movie, but this steelbook is phenomenal. Um, I quite literally got this just because of the steelbook. But I love that design on that. The back of it, not so much. The back of it's kind of like, but that front of that, dude, I wish that they would have like do a poster or something for that. It's really gorgeous. And then nothing too crazy on the front. It's just Eric across the case. But that is the honorable mentions. There was 3, well 4, because like I said, I didn't grab the Thanksgiving one. But that is my Steelbooks for 2024. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And also, if you have any Steelbooks that was your favorite out of 2024, let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.